So let's do it now. ESPN, but also Sportsnet. Leah Hextall joins us. And thank you, Leah, for your patience. I think you're in the same place as the last time we chatted. How you doing, Leah?
I'm good, Rod. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. I'm excited to talk to you as always. I got a lot of questions for you about your experiences and your travels. Well, actually, that's maybe where I'll start. You saw me talking about this survey. Is there a rink that stands out to you in the NHL for the best experience? And if so, what is it?
Well, first of all, I feel like I can't answer that question because I haven't been to all 32 rinks. I mean, I still haven't seen a game in Vegas. And I think that's something that everybody speaks to, is that there's no comparison. At least my colleagues, my analysts who have been around the entire league, they say Vegas just does it up right. I was really impressed with Bridgestone Arena when I was calling a game in Nashville. It was a really strong crowd there. But listen, I probably have some bias. I still think Winnipeg is one of the loudest rinks because you're right on top of them because it's a smaller size compared to some of the others. But I mean, at the end of the day, until I see all of them, I probably shouldn't say anything, but it's everywhere you go, there's those little unique things about every crowd. I mean, I was in Detroit. They've got lots of cheer about there right now. And Little Caesars Arena, what a beautiful new rink there. And the fans there were unbelievable.
And it's hard for the media, too. You make a great point about Bridgestone Arena in Nashville. For instance, when I was there sitting in the crowd, they've got these regular section mates and they have these little cheers and chants that have to do with the game, what's going on in the game. And I'd never been there before. I'm like, what's going on here? So you kind of got to know. Did you notice that or see that going on there?
Oh, absolutely. And I have my friend Brandy, who works with me at Sportsnet. She's a huge Preds fan. So she goes down there a lot. And she was telling me it's very much like a college atmosphere. If you've ever been to see a UND game or college teams, they have the things that they do every game. And, when their PA announcer comes on, Paul, and he says, final minute of play, all the fans go, thanks, Paul. And I was honestly on air, Rod, and I started laughing because I was like, that is awesome. I was like, wow. And so right on air, very natural reaction was, I had to let everybody know what just happened, because if you haven't experienced a game there, you're not sure, but they do have all their little things they do in Nashville, and I think that's what makes it such a special experience.
Every arena has its thing. That's the thing with these surveys. I hate to see that New Jersey's last, for instance, because I'm sure New Jersey's great, but here in Florida, I've been at almost every game of the Panthers, and when the Star Spangled Banner, when I say Rockets, red, glare, everybody screams red, and it's, if you're not ready for it, it's and then when they say night for Spencer
like
Knight,
went up True North during the anthem.
True, exactly.
And those are all the things. And same thing in Washington when they say stars, and then you go to Chicago. I did my first game at the United Center this season. It's the first time I've done a game there. And even though maybe their crowds haven't been, the sellouts that they're used to for the Blackhawks, that anthem was still something to experience, and how loud those fans are as it's going on. It just gives you chills.
So thank you for all of that. And speaking of chills, you did the Jets Coyotes game, and I kind of got a kick out of your tweet where you said Jets 1.0 versus Jets 2.0, and that you're old enough to get the reference. So what was it like to call that on Hometown Hockey?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, and that's the thing. We were speaking to Paul Maurice prior to the game, and the question was asked, is there any relationship still between the fact that this is Jets 1.0 versus 2.0? And they're because everybody has aged out. I mean, the only connection left between both franchises is Shane Doan. He's not playing anymore, but he's still part of the brass for the Coyotes. But there's just no connections there anymore because these players, Rod, are so young. Like, they don't remember 1997. Some of them probably weren't even born then. So it just makes you feel a little aged. I'm like, I am that old that I remember, because I remember very well when Winnipeg left to go to Arizona, and I remember all the years where they said they were coming back. And then I remember when Jets 2.0 arrived, I was here covering that. So it was a neat little thing to be a part of, but there's absolutely no really to.
Yeah, well, the name Barry Shenkarow, I think, makes people gnash their teeth in Winnipeg, right? Because I think he was the guy that took the Jets out of there in the first place. And the thing is, maybe the players aren't old enough, but you and I are, and people older than us. And that's the thing. I guess we can celebrate it, Leah. It means something to us. And really that's all that matters. Tell me about this Jets team. Well, the players are never going to get it if they weren't alive or they're not old enough. So at least we get it, I guess, is my point. But okay, let's talk about those Jets, because they had the bad start, then they got hot, Then they lost, what, 6 or 7 in a row? Now they're getting hot again. They got Carolina in there tonight. What are the Winnipeg Jets? What are they as a team?
I think that they still are a really deep team when you look at how deep they are down the middle through their centers, their ability to score. We've seen that over the last 2 games. I mean, putting up 8 spots, 7 spots against strong teams. But the fact is they got dealt a little bit of a blow early on due to COVID-19. You saw 2 of their key players in Blake Wheeler and Mark Scheifele out of the lineup, which really decimated their power play. You know, they didn't have the personnel on the ice for their power play, which we're starting to see click. It's been over 44% over the last 2 games as they're starting to go number 26 and 55 respectively. But I really have to say, I think this is a team that's just going to continue to build. They have all the pieces to the puzzle, but you just mentioned their inconsistency. I don't know a team in the NHL that isn't inconsistent at this point. Look no further out of the gate, who were completely underachieving, and now they've rattled off 7 straight wins, and they're right back in there. This is a league that I think this year, every single team is really trying to find its way to string together wins. We have to remember that we've been through 2 seasons now that have been abbreviated. We're back to an 82-game schedule, but yet more teams than ever are receiving COVID-19 protocols and have players going in and out of their lineup non-stop. Every single day almost, we are seeing a player join COVID-19 protocol, which is really, it's destructive to a team finding that consistency. So I think the Winnipeg Jets finally have that in their lineup. Yes, they're going to be without Neil Pionk for 2 games due to his suspension, which happened against Toronto for the kneeing. But I mean, I think this is a team that's just going to start to do this, but we'll wait and see. They have all the pieces in the puzzle. They just got to use them.
And a lot of hockey left, for sure. Nobody wants to hear that it's early, because it's not. But the fact is, there's still a lot of hockey
it's
left,
not.
and they're in a playoff spot. Yeah. Leah, lastly, what's your schedule ahead? I'm always interested to know, with you national broadcasters, what is your schedule here for games?
So I'm going out on a big 10-game road trip. I got 3 games in 9 days in 3 different cities. So I am heading to Minneapolis to call Carolina and the Wild. Monday, they play on Tuesday. Then from there, I head to Anaheim. And then from there, I head to Seattle. And it's going to be my first time in Seattle, seeing their rink and experiencing the brand new franchise, the 32nd. So looking forward to that. So that's my schedule. It takes me all the way up. I get home on the 22nd. I got 2 days off, and then I'm down to San Jose.
And you wouldn't have it any other way. Leah, keep it up. We're following
Wouldn't
closely.
have it any other
Great
way.
job.
Thank you, sir.
Right. Great job. You've earned it. I want you to enjoy it, and I know you are. Safe travels, and we'll talk next time. Happy holidays.
Thank you. Happy holidays to you as well, Rod. Thank you.
Sportsnet and ESPN's Leah Hextall joining us from home.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching the RP Show on YouTube. And don't forget, we're live daily on YouTube from noon to 2 Eastern. If you like what you see, hit subscribe. And if you like the program, check around for other segments of the Rod Pedersen Show here on YouTube.